welcome back. It has been a hot minute, and we're excited to get back at our Faith Fitness Family podcast and just kind of share what's been going on at AMP and our family and everything in between. So we celebrated our 5-year anniversary in January, and this past year we've revamped the space. We've added a new suite, a recovery space, Pilates studio with yoga. It's just been really busy, so that's why you haven't seen much of us doing this. So we wanted to chat about what we plan to do and how the year has been too. So it's been awesome.
Yes, but I also think like people just like the behind the scenes, kind of like what's going on in your head, and what are you excited about these days, and all that type of stuff. So
it's been exciting. It's also been a lot of hard work. I was just talking to somebody about people don't know like how hard it is to open up a new space, and when we decided to do that, I was like, oh, it's just going to be blowing up some walls, and then here we go, and it's not. We really had to be strategic and be smart about it. And we are so big on not going into debt. So taking things slower and making sure we're doing it the right way and not forcing anything. And this year has kind of been like the testing the waters of how the recovery space would do with Pilates and all of that. And it's been really good. I mean, I'm like my biggest critic. I feel like, oh, we should have more, do more, all the things. So it's been really opening my eyes like, no, we've been here for 5 years. I started out in a garage. It takes time to build something new like this.
Yeah, no, I think that's a perfect segue into what people probably are thinking of. Okay, why a Pilates studio? Why recovery? Was that on your radar 5 years ago? Kind of like, where was that burst out of? I think people like to know that.
It's interesting to say that because as a business owner, you kind of have to stay with the times and what is trending, what is going to serve your clients the best, and what is going to keep you the gym or in front of everybody's face. And we wanted to kind of like, people kind of have viewed us, oh, we're the running gym. Well, no. We serve people from all walks of life. We're not just runners here. So that's why we adapted the High Rocks.
Well, I mean, like, I think that's not again, I know you don't like that, but that was your starting place.
That's true.
Of how it all started. You had a bunch of runners coming to get stronger.
Yeah, and they are. It's awesome. So it does reach my runners that don't do strength training. And then High Rocks has added, we're combining both strength training and running. But also I know we were missing the recovery piece, and we were missing like the core and the mobility piece that has been such a passion for me for a long time. I'm like, well, how do we get that? I go, we have to create a space. Like, I love this space, but this is for the gym, and creating a whole different vibe. And I can't wait to share more about that. That was just like a smart business move for us to do that.
Yeah. So in the summer of last year, we moved into that space, did a month and a half of construction.
Yes.
And like, are you happy with how it is? Like, yes,
I'm really happy. I wish it was a little bigger, but we all...
Like, what do you mean bigger? The space?
Yes, because we are growing so much with, like,
I saw a video last week. You had like, I know it was like a special event. You had like 15. And that, I'm like, oh man, that's tight.
We cap people at 10. And that's what we've said. We are small group, boutique style, so people don't feel overwhelmed. I'm like, with 50 people in a class, no one sees me. So the goal is to be seen, and we're able to really be more one-on-one with clients that way. So we keep it at the 10, but as we're growing, especially with the reformers, we're offering like a 4-person class. With that, it's like, it feels like I would love to have more, but the recovery space we love. Everyone that's been in the recovery space, because we make it so it's just you in there for the 30 minutes, or your spouse or partner, friend. You're not sharing it, and it's awkward with other, like...
That's why I like it so much, is because, it is pretty vulnerable. Like, you're in a sauna, and you're in a cold plunge, and you're in a bathing suit usually.
Yes.
It takes away that... Not having to be in front of a bunch of people and kind of going at your own space is nice. I mean, I know we also help people the first couple of times.
Right.
Like,
how to breathe, make sure. And also like when you're in those moments are very, like you said, vulnerable.
Yeah.
You kind of want to be in your own headspace. And that's why I created it. Cause I'm like, let that 30 minutes be your spiritual time, be your time to just reset, get in your own thoughts that way. So that has been like my baby for sure.
Yeah,
I'm really proud of it.
Yeah. All right. So 5 years, you do the most of the day to day. Like this is kind of like operations, and I just kind of help where you let me.
You are very helpful. You've stepped it up a lot.
Okay. I'm not even sure what that means, but
you're coaching more and being more involved.
Well, you've asked me to, so I'm happy to do that.
I love it.
But like, okay, it's 5 years ago. If you can think back, like what are some of the big challenges, things you're like, oh man, just kind of be vulnerable for a minute. Like what's some of the highs and what's some of the lows?
Yeah. So personality-wise, I'm a very people-pleasing person. I want everyone.
And you're a deep feeler.
Mm-hmm. So, and you've told me this from the get-go with everything. Like people are not forever. And even like when we speak church-wise, he's like, they're not ours, they're God's people. And if God's calling them somewhere else. And like, that's the same here. I do take it personally, because I, like you say, it's a small group setting. I pour into everyone. I check on them. Where have you been? I'm invested in your fitness, not just that. It's like, I know when you're sad. I feel that. So this is my ministry as well as a service. So when people do leave, I do. And I don't think we'll ever change with that. I think I've toughened a little bit, but I just don't.
Yeah, I don't think that's a bad thing. It's just who you are.
Yeah.
But like where I'm a little bit like, I would say it this way. That sucks. They left, but they came to us from a different place. Mm-hmm. So to your point, like no one lasts forever. But you have people. This is what I absolutely love. Even today, I was coaching this morning, and two of the ladies were at the 8:30 class, and I'm like, they were with us or with you in the garage, like during COVID 6 years ago. So there's people that have gone on this complete journey with you, which has been awesome.
So they better never leave. They'll be so sad.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, and you see their kids grow up. It's just so.
But
cool.
I would say it this way though. I think one of the reasons why AMP is successful is because you do care about the person, not just having a full class. Like if people aren't here, like you want to check up, like, hey, everything okay? Yeah. Or even a couple of weeks ago, somebody comes in and I just give her a side hug. And I'm like, hey, Amanda told me about your mom. And, they're going through all kinds of different things. I had no idea, but that is the benefit of, because you're a deep feeler and you love people.
Yeah. But that's also comes where like it's exhausting too. So I go home and I'm like, oh. So it's finding a balance for peopling is hard.
When you thought, okay, it's just 5 years ago that you have a Pilates studio recovery space, not on your radar.
No.
Which is awesome. So
I feel like, as a business owner, I thrive in like I want to get better, do better, and grow more in that. So that we've talked about like the entrepreneurial spirit, like, let's do this, let's offer this, like that. Yeah, it may not have been on my radar, but there's always like, what else could we do next? I'm never satisfied with just this.
Yeah. So like leadership moment for people that can apply this. The mission has never changed. Like we're rock solid. Like this is why AMP Fitness is here. But we'll add wrinkles to help people actually accomplish the mission. So one of those is Pilates and stretching and recovery and all those things. So it fits the mission.
It really does, because our mission is to empower every person to be able to make a step in their
be healthy.
Yes. Yeah. And creating that space, it kind of, because this can be intimidating, all the barbells, the heavier weights, all of that. So creating that space, I've had women and men, like they start out there and they've been able to transition and do both. And that's been my dream. You need both to really feel stronger.
I mean, this is what I love about what we do, and even coaching. Is there was a guy today, he's like, I'm down 40 pounds, which is amazing. And like, you can tell, and he's super excited.
Yeah.
And then last week, he's like, I've never been able my whole life do a pull up. And so I looked at him and I said, by the end of the summer, you will get your pull up.
I love that.
You know, so it's not just the big heavy barbells and bench
No.
pressing
'Cause he
and
can
back
lift
squat.
heavy. I know who you're talking about.
But
He can lift heavy, but it's those different.
it's all right.
That's
Let's get your goal.
Of what we do here. Everyone has their strengths and weaknesses, and there's none of that weird judgment. It's like, oh, you're working at this. Oh, I'm working at this. That's like what I love. I'll never want a space where people feel like they can't.
Which is why we don't even have, I kind of went kicking and screaming a little bit because we don't have mirrors in this gym.
Not on this side.
But on the Pilates side, we do. And I'm like, why? That's not who we are. You're
I
like,
know,
it's
but
part of the Pilates.
It's fine. We just have 3. It's not that bad. You're right. You did kind of kick and scream about that.
I mean, in all, I get why we did it, but that's one of the things I absolutely love about what we're trying to help people accomplish. And it's been an amazing 5 years. It's crazy to think of where we started here to where we are now, and then adding the different layers.
And talking about the business, like encouraging anyone that is in a business or whatever, because I'm big about that. I just have a friend that she was like, I want to do a charcuterie board business. And I said, do it. What? You're so afraid to fail. I go, what are you going to fail? Like, people aren't going to order your boards? And she's had 10 orders in the last month, and we did the Mother's Day market last week. She's like, thank you for kicking me to do this. Like, I go, it's okay to pivot. It's okay to change, and just taking those steps. And
I mean, I think you're right. You're like, you got to start. And then I think where you and I play off really well is I can help with the business side of like, so I even talk about it this weekend in my message. It's called reverse engineering. It's, okay, where's the vision? Where do you see it? And then let's work ourselves back. Okay, then, and here's, I think, the biggest issue for entrepreneurs is they think, well, I have to be there a year from now. Yeah. And if our lesson is like, well, maybe if things go perfectly, it would be there for a year, but most likely it's going to be 3 or 4 years, and then we'll actually get to that goal. But it doesn't change like the right decision. Keep on making the right decision over the long period of time, the daily habits, that's where you actually see the results.
Because we've talked, even like fitness-wise, you've helped me with this a lot. Because I think, every month it should be like this. And even fitness, every month we should be losing. It's never like this curve, which it is. Even with our running, my run coaching, yeah. I'm like, no, not every race is going to be a PR. That's not how your body works. It's not. And it's same with the business. It's like, okay, this month maybe pivot a little bit. It's okay. And talking with my staff about that. We're making some changes. That doesn't mean it's going to be forever, but it is okay in this moment to do that.
Sure. But at the end of the day, like, I mean, you and I talk about this as an entrepreneur, like staff is never going to understand that because they don't sleep with the pressure.
No.
They don't have to pay the bills. They just get paid. And which is fine. I don't actually need them to do that. But so we have to make decisions on our end.
Which is hard for me.
Which is really hard. For me, it's very easy. I'm like, I don't care what their feelings are. It's a business decision. Now, and I do care. That sounds terrible. I do care about your feelings. But at the end of the day, it's we have to pay bills. That's first priority. And then so if we set it up right, then we can continue to progress. And a year from now, like if we grow 10 to 20% every single year, that's amazing, right? And that's where we kind of have been landing. And like for a fitness a gym, most small businesses don't survive past the first 5 years. Like the numbers are like 90-something%.
That's so sad. But it makes sense because, like, I mean, if we can go, I do look at these Pilates studios and I'm like, you are probably in debt up to your eyeballs, all this equipment, all this, and you're struggling to get 10 people. Like,
well, I mean, like you got to pay, so paying rent, equipment costs, credit cards, and we have none of that. No. Except the only biggest thing is obviously like rent for this space and utilities. But
I wish everything was free, but it's not. but it's
a
like
lesson
if you
of
do
we can
things
help.
like we've done Dave Ramsey, but we've been like with
but I think that we could tell people, like we could, if I don't know who I'm talking to out there, but if they are thinking about starting a business, or and I would your point is like just do it, take the step, and then I think I've been really fortunate, and also together we've had some really good coaches that have helped us. I pay for my coaches, like, hey, help me see what I don't see.
Right.
And I know we've talked about like offering that for people of like, hey, we
We can walk the
help
journey
you
with you and help you and do it the right way. So you can,
and do it the right way.
Like in 5 years, you can be where we're at, debt-free.
Or I would say it this way, right? This is what I actually want for everyone is do it the right way. So you never resent the business, right? Like the business actually is a joy. Now it's a business, so you have to put the work in and there's heartache with it, but you get it,
is hard.
You get it to
it's
a certain,
not easy.
Yeah, you
Everyone
get it to a
looks
certain
like,
place.
Oh, this looks so. I go, this is a lot of work.
Yeah, you get to a certain place though in the business actually does become a joy.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're to the place where our kids are getting older. All right, we're gonna start employing them, and you know what I mean? Like,
well, we kind of, I make them clean and do all the
yeah. I mean,
anyways,
we do all the business thing, IRS helpful things, but yes, but they're getting to like 16. Like they can start actually working and getting a paycheck.
I love it.
Which is awesome. So anyway, I don't know if I tell you enough how proud I am of you. It's been amazing.
Thank you. It's been
5 years, pretty awesome. And the community you built.
Yeah.
And to your point, the ministry you have, because a lot of these people have come to faith in Jesus, whether they attend our church or not, it doesn't even matter, but they've taken steps and they're following Jesus, which is
great.
Awesome.
Love it. So that's our goal. We will probably be every month. That's my
all right, new goal.
New goal. Podcast once a month.
You're putting it out there in the universe.
Yes.
Okay.
And we'll do more invites other people too. Athletes kind of share their story, kind of resonate.
So, by the time this airs, you're about to run the Tahoe Reno Marathon. This is like been on the calendar for a long time.
Yes.
The marathon.
My last marathon was canceled because of weather or something.
So walk us through maybe some expectations. You want to even throw that in the universe or no?
I felt the best I've had in this marathon training.
Peptides?
That's another conversation. We'll do that. How about next time we'll talk about peptides?
Okay.
That's been the one change. Not as crazy on my body. With the running's been 40 to 50 miles a week, not 60 to 80 or 70, whatever.
But I'm telling you, like, you have been, even a different, like your sleeping has been so much better.
It's been, and I do attribute it to the peptides and making these changes. So
yeah, I'm excited to see what happens. Next
and
week.
You'll be in Turkey, so you're going to share that.
Be in Turkey and Greece. I unfortunately will not be with you.
It's okay.
But we'll be texting and sharing all the wins of both the Turkey, Greece.
How many hours ahead are you going to be?
I believe it's 9 or 10.
Jeez.
It could be more. I forget that we're West Coast, so 3 hours from East. So maybe it's closer. I think it's 10. So
it'll be fine.
It'd be great.
I normally don't do these without you, so it's kind of
no. Shout out to Kayla Kurz.
I know
she's going with you. She's
and
going to be your
Liz
race.
will be there too.
Oh, she is going.
Yes.
Okay, right on.
Yeah.
All right, there you have a great group going.
We're gonna match outfit.
Oh Lord, amazing.
All right, thank you so much for following. Glad we're back at it. We'll see you next time.